You are listening to GameBreak, brought to you by HNE.
This video is sponsored by... When the Pokemon trading card game online first appeared publicly, it was in beta stage of development. Players could play a tutorial. Back then, the trading card game was into the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver sets. As a result, the sets in the online game mirrored those in real life. It took a little while, but the Pokemon Company figured out how to merchandise the online game. Now with each pack of trading cards, there is a code card to receive the same cards in the online game. That means that when new sets release with the trading card game, they also release online. About the time the trading card game released the Pokemon Black and White sets, the online game received multiplayer capabilities. Players could chat, challenge others at random, and trade cards. Shortly after the release of the Pokemon X and Y sets, the online game began to offer tournaments. However, tournaments have an entry fee. It was at this point that players could challenge friends. Mirroring the trading card game, PTCGO does a good job mimicking the play mechanics. Players can engage in many different rule sets, but that is usually determined by their deck. The unlimited rule set allows any cards to be used, while the limited rule sets focus on the standard and extended formats. The deck editor is one of the best of its types on the internet compared to other online trading card games. Cards can be sorted by the rule set, type, level, energy, and more. The display can be adjusted accordingly, and right-clicking a card pops up a large, highly detailed image of the card. It is simply a matter of dragging and dropping cards to alter a deck. This game does offer the ability for players to purchase credits that can be used in its store to buy cards and accessories. Otherwise, players can start with a stock deck, usually based on a starter Pokemon. As players engage with the Pokemon website, they can earn coins that can be spent in the PTCGO store. The PTCGO is a good-looking game. Everything is easy to find, plus the chat and options tabs are tucked away at the sides of the screen as a means to avoid clutter. Players can customize the settings, including the level of detail, just in case the computer may not be able to keep up with the game set at its maximum settings. With that in mind, having all of the effects enabled slows the game down a bit. The sounds serve their purposes, but the music is not varied enough. It may get on the nerves of avid players, thus it may be best you just mute the music. All in all, if a Pokemon trading card game player likes deck testing or competing, but cannot find someone locally, PTCGO is a pretty good alternative.
To read more in relation to what was covered in this segment, previews, reviews and other game-related articles, log on to www.haslage.net.